So the Cup replay at the baseball ground coming your way just after 11 o'clock. Welcome back. Battle resumes on the snooker table at around 11:40. But now we turn our attention to football and the Rumbelows League Cup replay between Derby County and Sheffield Wednesday. 1-1 the score at Hillsborough, and now the snow has cleared from the baseball ground. The replay can go ahead. Our match commentator is Alan Parry.
There's been a lot of speculation in the Midlands today, linking Dean Saunders with a possible move to Aston Villa, but Derby flatly deny that their major asset is even for sale. Saunders takes his place in a Derby team which has been beaten just once in their last 10 games and which thrashed Sunderland 6-0 here in the previous round, with Mick Harford scoring a hat-trick. It's a lineup bristling with experience, complemented by youngsters Patterson, Ramage and Briscoe. Sheffield Wednesday have lost just twice in 24 games since being relegated from the First Division last season, and they're the leading scorers in the Football League with 44 goals in all competitions. Tonight, Wednesday bring back the former Charlton striker Paul Williams in place of Trevor Francis, who's named as a substitute. The referee is Philip Don, who controversially sent off Arsenal's Tony Adams for a professional foul at Luton on Saturday. So Sheffield Wednesday in their chain strip of yellow shirts and blue shorts get the match underway, attacking from right to left on this windy and bitterly cold night here at the baseball ground, but the pitch in perfect condition thanks to the undersoil heating that Derby installed here 3 years ago. Dean Saunders scored the goal which earned Derby this replay up at Hillsborough, and scored twice when the teams met in the competition last season in Derby's 2-1 win. First free kick to Sheffield Wednesday, and right stretched and didn't quite get there. The youngster Patterson completing the clearance, and a good header from Saunders to Micklewhite. Right finding Pickering. And the former Sunderland man really fooled Danny Wilson then. Harford was fouled. Mick Harford with that marvellous hat-trick in the previous round here against Sunderland, his hometown club. Harford will certainly be the likely target for Pickering for this free kick. Mark Wright has also gone forward, just out of the picture. And it goes, in fact, towards the centre half, but Pearson gets it clear. Only as far as Ramage, and now Patterson for Derby. One back by Sheridan. King's clearance. Forsyth's header drops neatly for Sheffield Wednesday, but Patterson with the interception. And that was a rather dangerous ball, and I don't think Peter Shilton will be too pleased with the young fullback for that back pass. The windy conditions here mean that you have to be absolutely precise with your passing tonight. Saunders linking up, and now Patterson for Derby. Just showed the ball momentarily then to Worthington, but got away with it. Hebbard looking for Saunders again. Pearson intercepts. Now Carlton Palmer for Sheffield Wednesday, finding Sheridan. Good ball, Worthington. King goes outside him to provide the overlapping fullback. Worthington infield instead to Sheridan. Forsyth's clearance, it comes all the way back to Sheridan though, and now Worthington for Wednesday. Williams making a good run into space for him. Forsyth defended well then. King won it ahead of Harford, and the Derby County centre forward was fouling Wednesday's number 3. Harford now goes back to defend the free kick he's just conceded. Quickly taken, Worthington slamming it in, and Derby backpedaling for the moment. Here's Worthington again. King's cross, aimed at Pearson. Williams leaving it to Hurst. Oh! First time shot was a good effort by the man who is leading scorer for Sheffield Wednesday this season with 13 goals, 2 of them in this competition. King drilled the ball in left-footed. It was the tall skipper Nigel Pearson who headed it down into the danger area. Smart thinking by Hurst, who turned and whipped the ball goalwards in one movement. Good deep kick by Shilton. Harford underneath it. Hebbert. Patterson let it run on to Micklewhite. Harford was the target, far side of the area, and he got there as well. That was a good header by Mick Harford. Had to really stretch there, Harford, as he stole in between the two defenders, and once again, Micklewhite's cross and Harford's header, the route to goal for Derby. A long ball by Shirtliff, flicked on by Hurst to Worthington. Williams chasing it into the corner, Forsyth following him all the way. It's a Wednesday throw. King. Back again to Worthington. It's a cross with his right foot. He'd rather have crossed with the left. Good play by Hebbert. Now Harford. Dangerous ball, and Wilson read Harford's intentions. And finds Williams. Now Worthington. King. Sheridan. Hurst, nice turn by David Hurst. Well blocked as well. And that's gone for the first corner to Sheffield Wednesday. Dangerous player, David Hurst. Quick. Knows the easiest and quickest route to goal. Worthington with the corner then for Sheffield Wednesday. 12 minutes gone. Looks good too, but Shilton dropped it. Well, you don't see that very often. Curled in wickedly and carried by the wind, and Peter Shilton fumbled, and the perfectionist that he is will mean that he'll be disappointed with himself then. Had to come and try and claim it, certainly. It looked as though he'd got it.
Come on, here.
Shilton faces another corner then, and comes to claim it again. Did a little bit better that time, as Saunders clears upfield into a Wednesday half deserted of Derby players. Well, Peter Shilton will feel better about his second attempted catch. Shirtliff, Wilson. Deflected off Micklewhite. Straight to Worthington. That's a good little ball. Sheridan crossing towards Hurst on the far post. Well, again, he got in between the defenders, but the angle wasn't really kind enough for him to get a true strike on goal, and he hit the side netting. Nice little ball in there, slid forward by Worthington. Sheridan with the first-time cross, and Hurst beating the defenders, but not Shilton. Looks dangerous, though, David Hurst. Battling away in the middle of the field and losing out to Ramage. It wasn't a very good ball though for Patterson. Sheridan. First header was a lovely little header to Williams, and he's got in ahead of right here. Well, quite why he did that, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Paul Williams thought that somebody else was coming up in support. There was really only one option open to him then, and that was to shoot himself. And instead, he pulled the ball back across the goal mouth, and there was no one there to apply the touch. He'd done well initially to get in ahead of Mark Wright, but perhaps the shot would have been his better option. I'm sure it was. Hurst gets it back from Sheridan, under pressure from Hebbert, and then dispossessed, but Williams nearly onto the loose ball. Wright defended well then. Harford at the other end, battling to win possession for Derby. And the referee has pulled Derby up for the free kick, and I think they would rather have had the advantage then. Big and strong and a fierce competitor, Mick Harford. Not a man you'd like to play against. Mark Wright with the free kick. Too deep though, Wilson couldn't hit it properly clear. Harford finding Briscoe. He's got Ramage in support. Back it goes towards Forsyth. Had to really sprint to get there and find Mark Wright. Forsyth again. Nearly reached Harford once more, but Wednesday get it clear to Sheridan, and that's a nice ball. Worthington on the left. King. Worthington. Wilson. Worthington switches it to Harkes on the right. That's a good effort. Oh, what a tremendous goal by John Harkes! His first ever in English football, and one he'll remember for the rest of his days. 13 minutes to half-time, and one of the goals of the season has given Sheffield Wednesday the lead. The American World Cup player came forward and just decided to have a crack. And what a crack it was. To beat Peter Shilton from that range, it's got to be some shot. It was. A tremendous goal by the young man whose father is Scottish and played for Dundee United years ago, and whose only ambition throughout the whole of his football career has been to win a regular place in English football. He's got that at the moment with Sheffield Wednesday, and he's now got a memory that I think we'll all recall for a long, long time. It was a tremendous goal. Well, Ron Atkinson was telling me that John Harkes, the American, is a very confident player with a great deal of faith in his own ability, and he certainly showed it when he cracked that ball into the Derby net. Palmer beating Wright. Need somebody to get the ball down and under control here. Wright clamps it forward. Pearson winning it ahead of Saunders, but it drops for Hibbert. He's dispossessed, though, by Palmer. They've got a lot of players forward here, Sheffield Wednesday. Wilson is one of them, and he's done well here, Danny Wilson. A great run. Palmer with the shot, and well saved. Turned back, and saved again. Derby really were torn apart then down the centre of their defence, and had to thank Peter Shilton for an excellent save. It was a marvellous run by Danny Wilson. Palmer clipping the ball, and Shilton just stretched to keep it out. Corner. Worthington will take it. Thumped in hard to the near post. Wright got it clear. Ramage beaten, and it comes back to Sheridan. Woo! That was close as well. Well, the greatest tribute you can pay Sheffield Wednesday in this first half is to say that they've had Peter Shilton diving around like a 20-year-old. He's twice that, of course, but as fit as most 20-year-olds, and has had to be. He's made a couple of marvellous saves, and he had to dive then to see it go wide. Here's Harford. Saunders, the furthest player forward for Derby, and he's still up there as Ramage goes through on his own. It's a good run by Ramage. Wilson did well then. Oh, Wilson did brilliantly in the end, and then, oddly enough, nearly knocked it past his own goalkeeper. But if it hadn't been for Danny Wilson working back so well then, Ramage was definitely in a goal-scoring position. Mark Wright winning it, but it drops straight to Worthington. They've had a good first half here Wednesday. Worthington's cross was dangerous. And that's the end of the half, and quite deservedly, the second division team go in with the lead. And a dramatic goal it was too, scored by the United States international John Harkes. Worth watching again. He hit the ball with ferocious power, and it beat Peter Shilton all ends up into the top corner. A magnificent goal, and Sheffield Wednesday had very much the better of the first half. Derby have got a lot of work to do to get back into this game. Half-time score at the baseball ground. Derby County 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1. Derby get the second half underway against the team they beat 2-1 here in the third round last season, and in last season's competition they went all the way to the quarter-final before going out against West Ham after 3 games. And they know that they're going to have to work very, very hard here against the Sheffield Wednesday side that dominated the first half and has started well again here. Worthington in possession. Williams, Forsyth across to make a very good, clean tackle and find Ramage. Patterson to Micklewhite, a long ball forward for Harford. Pearson across to cover, it's a Derby throw. Quickly taken and well taken to Ramage. Micklewhite. Saunders. Palmer got it clear. Now Hebbard for Derby. And Forsyth puts it straight out of play. Well, I don't know what kind of weather they have in Sheffield, but if he's come here tonight to sunbathe, he's a braver man than I am. It's absolutely freezing on the TV gantry. Hebbard. Dispossessed well by Sheridan, who finds Williams with a neat little ball. Hurst is free on the left-hand side. He's gone via Palmer. Now Hurst. And Williams has continued his run into the middle. Hurst has done well here and clips it in. Real danger then, and still danger for Derby County. And they finally clear their lines with some difficulty. Sheffield Wednesday have started as they finished in the first half. Lovely play by Hurst again. Can't get out of their own half at the moment, Derby. Worthington. King. Oh, he's done well, the fullback. A lot of players for him to pick out in the box. And Wright made the tackle, which has earned Wednesday a corner. Sheffield Wednesday always believed that they were unfortunate to get relegated from the First Division last season on goal difference after Luton, in fact, won here at Derby County on the last day of the season, and they're proving it the way they're playing tonight. They look every bit as good as Derby, and indeed on the night, so far, they've looked better. Sheridan turning it in once more. Danny Wilson winning a good header, cleared by Mark Wright, and then Hebbard. King, Worthington, Williams. Forsyth clears only as far as Sheridan. It came off Forsyth, so Shilton had to scramble to prevent the corner. Roy McFarland, the assistant manager, and the manager Arthur Cox just send the substitutes out to warm up. It was a good tackle by Wilson. Pickering having to chase back into the space he's just left. And Wilson going alone. In the end, dispossessed by Forsyth. So Harks, who we know can certainly get the ball a long distance with his foot, now throws similarly dangerously to the near post. Wright's clearance, dropping for Wilson. Back to Harks again. And Wilson invites Harks to make the cross, and he's got a lot of targets in the middle. Oh, and it's turned in! It's a lovely goal! And a dance of delight from the scorer, Paul Williams, and Harks, who scored the first, has helped to make the second for Sheffield Wednesday. Shilton beaten on the near post, and Derby have got a mountain to climb now. Paul Williams' 7th goal of the season, and justifying Ron Atkinson's decision to bring him back into the team tonight at the expense of Trevor Francis. Harks turned the good ball into the near post, and Williams stole in ahead of 2 defenders and Shilton to turn it in. Pulled back dangerously by the American. What a smashing finish, but Shilton will be unhappy with that. Hebbard. Patterson gives it away. Derby look very anxious and nervy now. Sheffield Wednesday are oozing confidence. Carlton Palmer on the run. Brought down by Wright. And the referee wants to speak to the England centre-half for that challenge. And indeed, I think he's going to show Mark Wright the yellow card. And indeed he has, and this is why. Carlton Palmer, big and strong. An awesome sight when he's in full flight like that. The right stopped him the only way he knew how at that moment. And he's earned a booking. Bit of anxiety on the Sheffield Wednesday bench. They want Carlton Palmer to come off. He's a very important player for them. Palmer limps away, but he's going to continue for the moment. Derby face another free kick, and they face all manner of problems now. 2 down early in the second half. Sheridan's kick. What a great effort. It must have been 30 yards conservatively from goal, and had the confidence to try and beat Peter Shilton from that range. Terrific effort by John Sheridan. King gets it clear to Williams. A lovely little header on for Hurst. Now he's only got Forsyth between him and Shilton. Forsyth did well. Oh, brilliant defending by Mick Forsyth. Life-saving stuff, that, for Derby. Shot for handball against Danny Wilson. The referee has said play on, with Derby in possession with Pickering and now Briscoe. Harford. Briscoe through the legs to Pickering, who was brought down by Wilson. And I think Danny Wilson could be in trouble for that tackle. Northern Ireland international quite deliberately bringing down Pickering then, and he'd already got away from him. Ooh, that hurt. And the yellow card, and Danny Wilson will admit that he deserved it. Meantime, Derby are about to make a substitution before the free kick is taken. Craig Ramage has gone off. And it looks as though Phil G is the player who's come on in his place, but meanwhile the free kick swung in and King gets it clear. It's Sage, in fact, who's come on in the right-back position. Slung forward. Harford's header! Tremendous save! Well, if that had gone in, Derby would have had something to really bite on. It was a tremendous header by Nick Harford. And a very good save by Pressman. Bit of pressure now on the Wednesday goal for a change. And it drops kindly, and it's slammed in. And they're back. Micklewhite hitting the goal along the ground all the way, and Derby County have got the goal they wanted, and the picture could change quite dramatically now. 13 minutes into the second half. As it dropped here, Micklewhite saw his opening and slammed it through the forest of legs. It may have taken a deflection along the way, but it's Micklewhite's goal. Harford again doing the damage by winning the ball importantly then. And in fact, I think it went in cleanly off Harkes. Derby County 1, Sheffield Wednesday 2. And here goes Sheridan. Williams with the shot, just wide. Well, Derby must feel they've got some hope now of getting back into the picture. Saunders over his head to Harford, gets it back. And Saunders is quick enough to take them all on here. And the cross caused some difficulty to Sheffield Wednesday. Harkes got it clear. And in fact, I think that went off the Derby man, did it? No, it didn't. Danny Wilson thought it had, and I must say I'd agree with him. But the throw has gone Derby's way. Ebbard. Good play by Patterson. Not a bad effort. Woo! Well, Mark Patterson nearly did the same as his opposite number, John Harkes, then, with that terrific shot from a long distance, which was deflected, I think, off Sheridan, and very well saved by Pressman. Harford couldn't bring it down where he wanted it to, and Sheridan threading it through towards Palmer. Oh, and Wright and Forsyth got themselves into a mess then, and Forsyth did well to get Derby out of it. Now Patterson. Well, the ball being given away by both sides here. Williams. Sheridan. Williams again. And it's Wednesday's turn to enjoy some possession now. Sheridan. Worthington. Oh, over everyone's head. Briscoe gets it half clear. So too does Patterson. Palmer turning it in again. Forsyth gets it clear to Williams. Well, he had an opening then. And the man who came from Charlton Athletic in the summer, having been top scorer for Charlton for the previous 2 seasons, found himself in a good position then, but screwed his shot just wide of Shilton and the far post. Ten minutes to go. Derby still 2-1 down. Pearson won it ahead of Harford. Back in it goes. Away by Shirtlift this time. Oh, a bad ball by Briscoe, and he could be made to pay for that. Palmer going clear. Williams in support. Palmer's still forward. And Worthington arriving as well. Williams going on his own. And it nearly sneaked through. Shilton just about keeping it out. That could have clinched it for Wednesday then. But Derby are still in with a hope. Harks. Wilson. Harks turning it forward, looking for Williams, and it was a neat little header to Hurst. On to Palmer. Worthington clear on the left. Palmer's kept running in typical style and has done well here. Williams calling for the ball, and he plays it back for Worthington instead. Williams with the shot, and a marvellous save by Shilton. Absolutely marvellous save. Kept Derby in the game, that did. No question. Tremendous. But he's got to defend a corner now. Pearson getting up well, and there was a foul on the goalkeeper, well spotted by the referee. Hard to believe he's over 40, isn't it? And substitutions being made on the far side. I think both teams are going to bring a substitute on. It is Phil G coming on for Derby. It looks like Briscoe's the player who'll go off. They thought about one, but they're going to stay as they are for the moment. Phil G, the young striker, on for Briscoe. Derby have got to throw caution to the wind now. That could be dangerous. Forsyth read it well, though. But now Palmer. King. Williams. One back, crucially by Derby. Saunders is absolutely surrounded by Wednesday defenders. One of them who was Shirtlift, who got it clear, but still it's Micklewhite now. On the slice clearance, Harks did well to get the second ball away. Mark Wright turning it back into the danger zone. G's little header onwards. And Wright having to backpedal at the other end. Forsyth. On my watch, we're into the final minute. First Division Derby, 2-1 down to Second Division Sheffield Wednesday. A place in the quarter-finals of the Rumbelows Cup at stake. Palmer for Wednesday. And 2 players inside the penalty area for him to pick out. Wright stretches. It's as well he did, or Derby would have been dead and buried. The referee has had a look at his watch, and Sheffield Wednesday are just seconds away from a place in the quarter-finals. Harford gets it forward to Pickering. Is there to be one last desperate moment here? And young G flying forward. Shirtlift got it away from him. Sheridan gets it clear. Only as far as Havard. And that's it. There's the final whistle. And Sheffield Wednesday and Ron Atkinson can celebrate a place in the quarter-finals of the competition for the first time since they got there in 3 successive seasons in the early 1980s. Paul Williams scored what turned out to be the winning goal early in the second half. And overall, I have to say, Sheffield Wednesday, the second division team, deserved their victory. Final score at the baseball ground, Derby County 1, Sheffield Wednesday 2.
So some of these Americans can play then, John?
Well, hopefully, yeah. Hopefully we can get more over here in the upcoming years before the World Cup.
We'd like to see some goals like that one. Have you ever scored one like that before?
Not quite like that, no.
Well, let's have a look at it. And from out, it was a long way out.
Yeah, I don't actually know how far I was out. I know I started my run from about 30, or maybe 35. I'm not too sure, but it was just one of those. I just pushed the ball in front of me and, you know, put my head down and just gave it a shot. You know, nobody came on to me either.
Well, that goal will take some beating as one of the goals of the season, I would think.
Thank you. I hope so. Thank you.
Strange how football changes. On Saturday, he had a bit of a nightmare at Bristol when he has been playing well. But he showed all his quality, all his character tonight, and you'll not see a better goal anywhere than that.
When he got the ball out here, did you think he was going to shoot?
Oh, yeah.
It's a long way out.
We do a lot of this. We practice this a lot. We just say to him, Harksey, if you're anything like 45 yards from goal, have a shot, particularly at one of the world's great keepers.
Yeah. On a serious note, what a goal.
Hell of a shot. And, you know, it was a lovely thing. I mean, I was sat in the box right behind that, and it was a lovely feeling going in and think, unless that crossbar comes down a little bit, that's a certainty.